how to start the question. Here we have to find the reciprocal of the value. Here we have to find the value of this and this. In this term, you can see for solution, you can see these two are the same basis, 2 raised to power 3 with the sign of minus, and basis are 3 raised to power 2. Okay, they are different. So 2 raised to power 3 means it will be open 3 times. So first we will separate the exponents. As you know that if we can combine the exponents, then it also means that we can separate the exponent also. So here minus 3 raised to power 2 and 2 raised to power 2. Minus 2 raised to power 3 means 1, 2, 3, and 3 raised to power 3 means 1, 2, and 3. 3 times multiply. Here minus 3, 1 and 2, and 2 is all again 2 times, so that is 2 multiplied by 2. So here you can see that this is the power of, if minus has power odd, so the minus will remain minus, but if there is a sign of minus is having power positive even, so it will become positive. So 3 3s are, it will remain negative, these power will remain negative. 2, I took common their sign of subtraction over here, and 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. These minus minus plus, these two have become positive, and now it is very easy for you to cancel them. This will be cancelled by this term, this will be cancelled by this, these two will be cancelled by this. Now which terms are remaining? Sign of subtraction, number 2 and 3. Only these two terms remained uncancelled. So this is the answer that was required. Now come for another question, that is question number 6. Simplify and express the result in power notation. Here you have to simplify and then you have to express the result in power notation. So here you have to tell the result in power notation, means you have to give the answer with the powers. So in question number 6 part 1, the statement is, in this statement you can see that this power is 4 by 5 and this statement is 4 by 5 and this fraction is also 4 by 5. So these are the bases are same and the exponents are different and the sign is multiplication. What would be? So do you remember the rule, that is x raised to power m multiplied by x raised to power n. So it means bases are same and they are multiplying, so bases will be, powers will be added. We will write the base once and we will add up their powers. So here you can also see the base is same, two bases are same and they are going to be multiplied, then their powers will be added. So for solution, 4 raised to power 5, the base is same and the powers will be added. 5 plus 3, so 4 divided by 5, 5 plus 3 it is 8. So the answer is here with power notation with the exponent, that is 8. So the other parts could be done in the same way. Here the sign is division, so their powers will be subtracted. Also with the sign of division, powers will be subtracted. Here is again the sign of division, so these powers will be subtracted. Now here in question number 7, simplify the following. Here the statement is given, so you have to simplify them. So the statement is, so here is the statement: 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 5 divided by 2 raised to power 8. Here you also have to remember the rule that when the bases are same but they are being divided, so what we will do, we will subtract the powers. But in the case of addition, in the case of multiplication, the powers will be added up, m plus n. So here 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 5. So for solution, in the first step we will solve the parentheses first. Bases are same and they are being multiplied, so what we will do, we will add up the powers like this: 2 raised to power 3 plus 5, they are added, divided by 2 raised to power 8. So this has become 2 raised to power 5 plus 3, it is 8, divided by 2 raised to power 8. So the bases are same and the sign is division between them. So what rule will be applied here? The powers will be subtracted. Bases are same and the powers will be subtracted. Why? Because the sign is division between them. So 8 minus 8, it is 0. So remember that I have told you that something power 0 is equal to 1. So this is the answer. By following these steps, you can do the other questions, other parts of these questions. Now here you have to fill the blanks to make the following statements correct. What is given here? 2 raised to power minus 1 multiplied by 3 raised to power minus 1 whole raised to power 2. So you have to solve these statements, and then you can give the answer over here to make the statements correct. So find the reciprocals of the rational numbers. How to find out the reciprocal in question number 8, 9. Here you can see 1 raised to power 2, and here we have to find the reciprocal. As I told you how to find out the reciprocal, in reciprocal we will reverse the fraction. 2 raised to power 3, it is, we will write it, we are going to take the reciprocal of 2 raised to 1 by 2, it will become 2 by 1, and it has power minus 2, and it will become only 2. The sign of division will remain over here, and when we take the reciprocal of 2 by 3, it will become 3 by 2, and its sign of power will also become positive, and that will remain 3 only. Now what we will do, 2 raised to power 2 means 2 multiplied by 2 divided by 1, and here the sign of division, 3 raised to power 3 means 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, and 2 raised to power 3 means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, and when we multiply, so it means we will reverse the fraction, we will convert it into the sign of multiplication. Here is 2 multiplied by 2, so it will become 2 by 2 by 2, 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. Now from cross multiplication nothing could be cancelled now, so 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 2s are 32, 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are by 27, and that is the answer. The first step that we have to do, we'll take the reciprocal, we'll change the fraction, reverse the fraction, and when we will reverse the fraction, the sign of the power will be changed, and then we will, if it is multiplication, so it will remain the same, but if it is division, for the sake of cancellation, we will change the sign in multiplication. So see, it could not be cancelled, so we will multiply them numerators by numerators and denominators by the denominators. Now come for the other question, that is question number 10. Express the following with negative exponents. So here we have to make the sign, their sign as negative. In question number 10, part number 1 is 3 raised to power 4 square. So here we are asked to make its exponent negative. How we can make it negative? By taking the reciprocal of its base. How can we make it negative? We can change the sign of the exponent by taking the reciprocal of base. So to make it, we will take the reciprocal 3 by 4, but we will reverse it as 4 by 3, and its sign will be negative. It will become minus, and it is answer. And now for question number 11, what we will do here, we have to fill the blanks. It is 5 raised to power 10 and divided by 5 raised to power 8. So what we will do, 5 raised to power 8, 5 raised to power 10 minus 8, so it will become 5 raised to power 2, but it is written in the reciprocal. So when we take its reciprocal, so it becomes minus 2. When we take the reciprocal of its base, so its exponent, sign of exponent will be changed. So here it will become minus 2, and you have to do the other two parts yourself. And now come for the question number 12. In question number 12, you can see if a block weighs 5 square kg, so weight of a block, that is 5 square kg. What would be the weight of a wall built with 5 raised to power 4 such blocks if one block weighs 5 raised to power 2 kg? So what would be the weight of the wall if the wall is constructed with 5 raised to power 4? So if wall is constructed to these blocks, so one block is having the weight 5 raised to power 2, so what would be the weight of whole wall? So we will be, bases are same, so we will add up the powers, so they will become 5 raised to power 6. So what would be the answer? It means we will multiply 5 6 times, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So the answer will be almost 15,625 kg of the wall. Now come for question number 13. There, Nadeem owns a poultry farm. If there are 21 raised to power 2 hens on the farm, and each hen lays 2 raised to power 2 eggs every day, number of hens in the farm. How many hens are there? 21 raised to power 2 lays eggs. You can see that number of eggs that they lay or lays eggs. How many eggs they lay? They lay 2 raised to power 2 eggs every day. 2 eggs. So how many eggs would Nadeem have in a week? Eggs in a day, first of all we will find how many eggs he gets in a day. If there are 21 raised to power 2 hens and they are laying eggs 2 raised to power 2 in a day, so how many eggs per day? Powers are same, so we will take the powers common, and 21 multiplied by 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so he gets 42 square eggs every day. So it would be, if we take the square of 42, it will become 1764. And how many eggs? Number of eggs in a week. So in 7 days, how many eggs he will get? So after multiplication, the answer will be, so he will get 12,348 eggs in a week. Now come for question number 14. A collector divides 48 beads equally into different containers. A collector is going to divide 48 beads equally into different containers. If there are 4 raised to power 2 containers, how many beads are contained in each container? So a collector divides beads to divide. They are 48. And how many containers? You can see number of containers. 4 raised to power 2. So how many contain each container? Beads contains each container. How many beads that contain each container? So if there are 48 beads, and you can solve it. 4 raised to power 2 means 4 multiplied by 4. 4 fours are, it is 16. 16 container, there are 16 container. So there are 48 beads and they have to be divided into 16 containers. So 16 ones are 16, 16 threes are 48. So 3 beads would be dropped in each container. Here you can see Harris owns, in question number 15. Harris owns 2 raised to power 6 toy cars. If he gives an equal number of cars to 16 children, how many cars does each children get? Here he has divided all the cars in 16 students and 16 children, and he has 2 raised to power 6 cars. So he has divided a car into 16 children. So we can write Harris owns cars. How many cars he owns? He owns 2 raised to power 6 cars. Divided into children. In how many children he has divided them? In 16 children. So we can write it as 2 twos are 4, 4 twos are 8, 8 twos are 16. So we can write it as 2 raised to power 4. He has divided them into 2 raised to power 4 children. So each child has how many toy cars each child has? Harris had 2 raised to power 6 cars and he has divided them into 2 raised to power 4 children. So how many each will have? So you can see it is clear from the statement, bases are same and the sign is different between them. So the powers will be subtracted. So the answer 4 minus 2, it is 2. So each child will have 2 twos are 4 cards. Each child will have 4 toy cards. That is the answer. So here we have completed the exercise, and you can do now the multiple choice questions of this exercise and also the MCQs of this exercise.